I'm Ruth Hunter.
And I'm Dale.
And we have been married 55 years.
Well, we lived in Portland, Oregon at the time, and we had a snowstorm. And we were attending a small college, and they had a snowball fight out in the middle of the street. And she lost her shoe, and I put some snow in her shoe. And her friend, who we'll call Moose, tried to wash my face and hit me so hard I saw stars. And then the chapel bell rang, and we went in for chapel. And she took off her scarf and her coat, and I thought, boy, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So
hair wet, everything.
Mm-hmm. And
unplanned meeting.
So I was thinking about, trying to find out who this girl is. And I finally found out. And we were having a homecoming parade at the college there. And my roommate had an old Model A Ford, and I asked her to ride on the fender. Well, when we got done with the parade, I asked her to the basketball game that night. And during halftime, she gave somebody else her phone number, and because they were having a party at her house, to call one of the people that were invited. And so all the second half of the game, I memorized her phone number.
Oh, goodness. You just don't know. Well, and when we got engaged, we went to the beach, and it was a stormy, rainy day, but Dale decided he was going to propose on the sand. And so down we went, and we're sitting on this log, and nobody else is at the beach except us and about 10 dogs who all came around us, and that was the romantic engagement.
Then that weekend, which was Valentine's Day, we went to Valentine's Day party at church. And we had made a great big heart with an arrow running through it. And we announced it by having someone pull the arrow apart with our names on it.
In fact, that was the game. We pulled the names out, but they were supposed to see how many words they could make out of those two names. And it took them forever to realize that we were engaged.
Let me tell you about the day we were married. After the ceremony, we went with our car all painted with shoe polish, which never came off, and went to our hotel, which is about 15 minutes away. It was on the Willamette River in Portland, Oregon, and we slept in a giant round bed the first night of our honeymoon. Then we drove down the coast highway through the redwoods and on to San Francisco. Had a wonderful honeymoon. If I had one piece of advice to give young couples out there, it would be, first of all, to put God first in your marriage. And then, secondly, put your spouse next. And try not to go to bed angry.
Yeah. Well, I would say true that we need to trust the Lord, but marriage is not like the storybooks used to say, and they lived happily ever after. It's a constant thing that you have to work at. And don't give up, because nobody's perfect. Oh. There you go.